Thank you.
Oh.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay.
Welcome back,
Kyle, you
everybody.
take it away, man.
Yeah.
Take it from here.
Thank you for that really insightful discussion about, like, grooming those areas.
Look, man, Chili
I don't
Red.
think that's appropriate for the stream because we're back.
Unable to
For
establish
game
connection
3 of
with
Game 3 of the MDL Changshu lower bracket round 2 between TNC and LGD. Game 3.
Not 2, but 3.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I just
You gotta
said
put
that.
the emphasis.
All right. Game 3.
Dun, dun, dun.
Perfect.
Okay.
Wait, am I in the lobby?
Yeah, hang on. We're having issues. The game was about to start. We have, just so everyone's aware, priority determined by coin toss. TNC won the flip. They selected first pick. PSG.LGD chose Radiant. I believe first pick has lost both games, though, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that so?
TNC lost first game. No, they had, yeah. I would
They
say
were
so.
dire.
Oh, my book of secrets.
But I'm
They
pretty sure they were
lost.
first pick. Let me check. Anyway, how you guys feeling? We just wolfed some food down.
Attempted to, yeah.
Do you feel better about things now? Do you think
My stomach feels like it's got a rock in it, but
That's probably
I
the
pushed through the
abs.
delirium, got to that overtired level, and I'm ready to shout into a headset for
Perfect.
the next, hopefully hour and a half. That's what I'm ready for.
All right.
I'm ready to give my inaccurate opinion about what's going to happen in the game.
Perfect.
Good, thank you.
Then
Okay, so
everyone's
right off the
prepared.
bat,
I'm keeping it consistent.
right off the bat, okay?
That's what matters at this time of day.
DP, first ban. TNC says
Thank
still
God.
not having it.
Can we just get rid of Lycan,
nothing.
man? I don't want to see this.
Lycan, by the way, has been first phased in both games. Actually,
picked.
First picked. Good point.
wow.
First picked and lost both games.
That's real.
So if you're TNC, do you pick it or do you say, you know what, whatever, you take that?
We
Now, see, would you say it's like a good or bad thing? You can look at it as dumb pride, and let's bash our head against this wall the third time. I think I saw a crack in it. Or
Yeah.
you just take a hammer instead.
That's what you
know?
do. If it doesn't work the first time, try again.
Yeah.
If it still doesn't work, just do the exact same thing.
Yeah, just make sure you burn the definition of insanity out of your local dictionary. Your the
I'm
nearest
sure,
dictionary.
I'm sure that's just an urban legend. That's not actually the definition of insanity, but I'm sure some guy said it in
is.
the movie.
It is. The definition of insanity is to do the same. What is
Do
it? The same
repeat
act
the same action and
expect
expect
different
different
results.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure that's bullshit.
I mean,
All right, Google that. All right, Josh is on that while me and the other professional member of this panel, which is also myself, will handle the draft. BSJ, how do you feel about this? Your jawline okay?
My jawline is absolutely beautiful. Thank you.
Thank goodness. Then in that case, you still belong here,
As
my
always.
friend.
Lycan again. Oh, nope. I said the
no,
Bane
what?
deny
It does
Lycan
like
pick.
Now they're just gonna. Ugh.
I said Bane to deny the Lycan pick first game, and what ended
How
up
does
happening
Bane
was
deny
it's the
Lycan?
laning stage, man. It's all about just walking into his lane and saying, "F you, you ain't getting a single CS. I'm gonna enfeeble your ass." And
I don't think. Okay, I'd be interested if any professional players are watching. Please do me a favor and just let me know. Or let hashtag MDL After Dark
I
know.
said this the
Does
first
Bane
game.
counter Lycan? I'm real.
the first game was TNC first picking Lycan and LGD responding with Bane Death Prophet.
so I'd like to
So they immediately picked Naga to preemptively counter the Lycan pick.
update real quick back on this insanity thing. Okay, so
Okay.
I'd say it actually correlates with you two very well. So first
Okay, I'm
definition
ready.
being state of being seriously mentally ill, madness.
Okay.
Applicable to the man on my left, and extreme foolishness or irrationality. Applicable to the man on my right. I would say that this, while
about
not
me,
the
though?
definition we thought, I thought, is there? Are you seeing things? Is this the Sixth Sense? Was Bruce Willis
at a
dead the
certain
whole
level-
time?
At a certain level of sleep deprivation, I do believe you start to see shadow people.
That's good. I always do though. That's the thing. I just don't say hi.
And
Now,
are
we got
they
the
going to
Jakiro
pick
second
Lycan
pick.
anyway? That's the
I mean,
question.
Look,
These are those strong laners, man.
I am all about the no Lycan. You don't pick Lycan into these two heroes, especially when it's been losing you games. And honestly, TNC, you play so many things so much better.
Yep.
They made Quap Omni look good. I mean, in theory, while that game might have, on second thought, Ame did kind of die in the base, twice, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
There
played
was
a
a
little
lot of
ballsy.
questionable moves in that
There
game.
was. There was.
What time is it in China?
It's time for you to. I don't know.
It's like
change
Time
your
for
watch.
you to.
Really
Yeah,
sad.
I was gonna say get a watch, and he is looking at
You
a
guys
watch,
are
folks.
so clever.
Anyway, back to this. So I'm liking, no liking, at the moment. You can't.
Oh, it's because the word. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
So what are we getting here, Kyle? You gotta come back to life here. Look at this. Ready? Boom. That's
Clock.
a clock.
God,
That's a
no,
clock.
not.
Guys, if there's any support duo that you want to see against you, Okay, it's definitely Bane Clock, right?
I don't know what I want to see anymore.
It's a good clock game, to be sure.
I'm just thinking about that pun, and it's just...
Honestly, the ones that make you angry, I feel like, you know, that's a good. I did well there, you know.
You're just such a
I feel good
natural,
about
Josh.
that.
You belong
Look
here
at
with
that. Wow. You're like the magic mirror from Sleeping Beauty. You know, mirror, mirror on this wall. Who's
Except
the,
I'm
who's
beautiful.
the slamma jamma of them all?
5 seconds remaining.
us. What? Why are you telling me to do that? can't be forced.
It's the shadow people,
Brian,
guys.
what did we say? Don't listen to the voices in your head.
Oh,
Some of
my
them
God, is
are
it happening
pretending
again?
to be your producer.
So,
Oh my
Lycan
gosh.
is officially banned.
Yeah.
Got no chance of being picked.
Mhm.
Unlike, or just like that DP, or that
Yeah.
Isle that you were talking about
Yeah.
being picked, you know, they have been banned now.
You know, it's still not selected or banned, though.
No, it
What
is-
about Doom? That's another
Thank
hero.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Can we just ban that? Let's get some new heroes up in here.
Well,
I
it's
mean,
been
Doom
ignored.
hasn't been
Yeah.
in either.
Oh,
of these
I
games.
see, because it's a failfish emote.
What is this?
Oh my gosh.
Don't encourage them.
Can you not demonstrate to the stream that you're paying attention to Twitch chat, please,
Sorry.
Brian?
I had to figure out why you told me the other hand.
You don't.
It's just the shadow people.
It's
man.
like
Look,
having.
look,
It's literally like having a viewer with us. That's what this is. It's like any standard 6K player just coming up onto the panel.
I am
And from what I learned
7K.
from Reddit, there's thousands of those all over the internet.
Yeah.
all over the, and they all have done despicable things to one or more of your family members, according to Reddit
What?
or Dota 2.
Okay, Josh, you're
What are
just
you
forcing
talking
it now.
about?
I'm just saying, dude. It's the flame, man. It's the flame.
Please don't put me in the same camera as this guy.
I'm not over here.
I did
man.
not want to be
This is
affiliated
there.
with this man.
This is there.
I'm so
Alright,
done with
Look,
this.
man. Maybe. I mean, I'm a little lower MMR here, you know. So maybe my games are a little bit more personal attacks rather than game oriented. This is different. On another note, these bans sure are taking a real long time.
They're
Lycan-
taking the full.
I have
Lycan-
nothing but time.
Lycan and PL banned on the side of
Josh,
TNC. Got the DK
These
ban.
players, it's game 3.
Yeah.
But they've got the stamina to ensure that they don't make a false move.
That's true.
Josh
There's the
has
Lifestealer.
no idea what that means
Go
to
on.
have stamina.
Oh,
But Brian,
wow. And you said mine? Oh,
Gyrocopter into Bane Clockwork. I want to point out that earlier on in this tournament, I, at this point, do not remember what teams they were. Somebody first picked Gyro, and the other team Bane Clockwork in response.
how'd that go?
So I'm not a fan. The Bane Clockwork won. And I am not a fan of this Gyro pick because it is bad against those supports, and you've only seen 2 heroes.
That's true. I think it's
It's
just
bad against both.
You're already
Already
off on a bad
comfort.
foot. But, again, this goes back to that initial discussion. Kyle saying, I'd rather just early pick Ame's hero. Don't let him ban it out. They already got rid of this Lycan. They already got rid of this
But
PL.
there's
They're
so
sitting here like, I don't want to get screwed.
Lone
late game.
Druid.
This is a
Alright.
nice pick. I'm a
I
fan.
like it.
I'm a big fan.
I like Lone Druid a lot against Gyro. You can battle cry the flak. You land a root. You don't really get affected by his BKB. You're a natural MKB buyer.
Does the
good
Savage
stuff.
Roar into leveling up Bear into another Savage Roar still work?
Ooh, but that's grim.
Yeah, Brewmaster's quite good against Lone
Yep.
Druid.
You purge the Rabid, throw up the bear, throw up the hero, hunt him down. The mischance, of course.
And
LGD trying to strike fear in the hearts of TNC with that snap pick. See if it works out.
I just think the PSG team fight now is nuts. They have a lot more stuns than they did in that previous game as well. All of a sudden, you have like 3 heroes with real disables plus the brew.
I'm going to go with a ballsy pick here. I think Weber could be quite
Weber.
That's
With a B.
terrible. Into
so good against Brew.
Naga.
It's so good against Brew.
Into Naga.
Thank you.
I can't do this. I can't do this. I cannot. How do you? They're not going to pick Weavers. That's irrelevant. This is most likely a Raven Lone Druid, and
they
now you're
pick
thinking about what do you
Weaver.
want for Cuckoo?
If they pick
If they pick Weaver, I will walk off of this set for a full minute and literally
Please,
do a walk
for
of
the
shame
love of
around
God,
the
pick
studio.
Weaver. Anything. Anything.
This is happening right now.
It's not happening. But
I think they should pick a hero that lanes better against or the Beast Brewmaster. I don't think you just let this Lone
Yeah.
Druid lane against Brewmaster.
I mean, Lifestealer band, like, you could theoretically go for a Jug. It is a great Jug game, but then I look at the draft and I feel like it's super low damage. And I will say, the Bane Clock, like, you have incredible games, specifically this Clockwork, to the point where I think you might even want to make the Clock core, because you kill every hero on LGD right now.
I'm down for that.
Brew can't split. Kiro can't cast any spells. There's the Bat
And that's
Rider
making the
again.
clock a support. Thank you again.
That's all right with me,
From
because
Kyle.
they don't really have a 3 or a 4 is the thing. So, like, rather, the Tims and Sam H, like, they play, they're more of the greedier combo, much like MSS and Snaking in VGJ Storm. So they have, like, the same role, and often end up with near the same net worth. And Bat also has an excellent game, especially when you lane him with a clock. I mean, you're going to have kill potential on every clogs.
Yeah, he's definitely good against Gyro and the Bruin lane, but the problem is, actually, I guess Bat won the last game.
The problem
TNC's picked Bat right all 3 games, haven't they?
Was it in game 1? I don't think it was in game 1.
wasn't in game 1.
It wasn't in game 1?
TNC actually banned it in game 1.
Oh, no, it was the previous series that we've been seeing.
And you
Bat.
should know that if the thing you were tabbing to was Dota buff and not Twitch. Just so he's aware. I'm just trying to give him some tips.
Okay, just the tips. Okay, so we need this last pick from TNC. Probably a kind of do something hero.
Yeah.
That's
You
what I was
need,
thinking.
you need
what
something that kills
You
creeps.
genuinely want all
And
5
I like the
of your heroes.
QoP. I like the QoP ban.
10 seconds remaining.
They played it really
It's-
well last game.
It's a pretty good Storm game, but I just don't know if that's actually a thing. I don't know if that's a thing.
I mean, you don't know a mid matchup.
I just think a hero that's going to be active early, so I'm not a huge fan of
Yeah.
Storm. I think that if you go a hero like Storm, then Lone Druid and Storm are spending their time farming,
Yep.
and that's like you don't want 2 heroes doing that.
I'd also like something with high survivability.
I like the Slark ban because they could just put Gyro mid, and PL Nyx are actually banned out. That makes the now that I think about it, the Batrider pick's even better.
Yep.
And Nyx is banned out too. Wow.
Yep. It's actually
Wow.
a dream Bat game. And I think that if we look at that last game,
Wow.
yeah, TNC might have been on the back foot. LGD could have overextended, but TNC made some critical errors in the early game and still managed to battle back because they had the ability to do so.
I could just-
They can slay.
Just visualize Sam H in the booth. He's sitting there. He's like, "Give it to me. I want this." Last game was a fluke. You know.
Oh.
I don't want this.
That's
Give me the
that's an
bat.
active
There's
hero.
the SF. SF clock. This man's entering lane with
Dude,
12 souls.
that's the third
He's
time
got
in this
it.
tournament we've not predicted an SF after a clock gets picked. And I love this hero here because they wanted something that could buy a BKB.
Mm-hmm.
They need something that can eat creep waves. You'd like a little bit of tower damage, and you
Mm-hmm.
want something that's powerful in the mid game. And SF fits all of those requirements.
I want to void here.
10 seconds.
What? Oh yeah, that's good.
Mhm.
Slark's ban, Peel's ban.
It's like if a job was trying to recruit and had just like a few stipulations, like he must be named Brian, he must be semi-pro Dota professional, and he's got to have
Incredibly good jawline.
exactly. And then boom, there he is. He's casting with us, and
Yep.
it's a match
Made in heaven.
Exactly.
Wow.
I-
You guys are even
now we're
finishing
finishing
each
each other's
other's
sandwiches.
I can't do this anymore. It's too early in the morning. I need to focus on the game at hand.
He went with sandwiches. Okay.
So what
So,
do you do if you're LGD?
34
I
seconds.
think they should pick a lane counter to Bat. I don't think you put Gyro. Like, if you put Gyro against Bat and then you put just any hero mid, I think you're just going to lose all 3
Do you-
lanes.
I don't think you can jug, can you? Is that what you do? It's a real grim jug
Yeah,
game,
it's a
but
void
you have
game
a
for
great
sure.
Sounds questionable.
Void?
Doesn't a jug just get?
I wouldn't mind Void, actually.
Doesn't Lone Druid just like have his way with jug? Am I wrong?
Yes, he does.
He just does.
But it's
as he
more
wills.
about the laning stage, I would think. And it at least gives you something that can go against Bat.
There's
Exactly.
the Viper.
Ew.
Wow.
That's disgusting.
That's good. I like this. I'm a big
Okay.
Viper fan. You know, you can really stand still and auto attack.
I'm not sold. I think that it just comes down to the laning phase, and I think Armel should handle Somnus mid with this soul advantage. I think Sam H is going to have a favorable lane setup wherever he goes, and I've seen Raven Lone Druid crush games. It's just going to come down to the laning phase, who makes these early rotations. I feel like LGD has a much easier time at winning the game, but if it's even about 20 minutes, you get that BKBSF clock and start taking over. I mean, both drafts have answers to one another.
I'm just thinking about mid. I feel like if this Naga runs over, gets a net on Armel, this Viper could kill him. But just as easily, the clock could come over and.
I'm looking at a game where Clockwork has kill threat on all 3 cores of the enemy
Yep.
heroes, and he was first rounded.
Yep.
And I think we've seen some Clockworks, FY most notably. Obviously, he's not the one on at this game, but
Mhm.
they've gone ham.
Yeah.
And
What does that stand for exactly?
Ham is hot and messy.
That's not the definition that I had heard
All
before.
right, let's bring it into the game.
All right.
But I'm going to go with TNC's draft for that exact reason. I think
Kus
it's
Fraba.
Oh, come
is this
on, Rob. God damn it.
Rob? Oh, it's not a wave
What?
up? Oh, come on. What is this transition
What's
change?
just...
yeah.
Production.
Okay, you're
Production
telling us,
value.
Rob.
Go on.
Okay, so I'm going with TNC's draft. I think they're going to have favorable lane setups. Clock's going to go ham, hot and messy all throughout the early game here. And LGD, I don't know. I just think Gyro, they picked it directly into 2 counters. Don't love it. And now they have a good Batrider game.
Bat's coming up here. Got the ward down already. LGD's not going to see
Hey,
that.
and you notice, I just want to point out that when SF went for that initial round of last hits on souls, he actually made sure to skill Necromastery to ensure that he would actually gather a soul from the last hit. Should be taking notes on this,
I am
BSJ.
taking notes. The turbo game didn't work out so hot for us.
Look, we won, didn't we?
No, we
Didn't
actually
we
lost
win?
that game.
We lost that
100%.
one?
That was
100%.
a fifth item
Guys, look,
Dagon 4 that lost us the game. Thanks,
Nobody
BSJ.
here.
R.I.P. to
would've
Grand Grand,
known.
16 win streak.
That
Sorry,
was true.
bro.
Yeah, dude, that's. Oh, man. Grant.
Anyway, back to the game. Not another one of BSJ's shortcomings. We've got 2 wards placed by the Dire, both around their initial lane setups. I don't believe FY was able to see either one of them. You got a Jakiro Brew top, which is going to be able to deal with this Lone Druid, but I like what it feels like TNC is going to do, where maybe they start with the Bane mid, dumpster this Viper, and then bottom lane, a 2-on-2, Bad Clock versus Naga Gyro. You're fine with that.
And that is
2 and 2 on these bounties.
Yeah.
We're feeling good about this.
I think
Lone
that's what you do.
Druid's a
Yep,
hero
yep.
that's just going to get his
Dude,
levels top, and we're fine with that.
This is the play right here, 100%. Like, Armel's like, all right, bro, I see you. I know what you're about. I know you're going to get the same treatment. He's just going to spam and feeble on this Viper. And SF's going to last it with like 60 damage.
He only has 2 mangoes here, though,
Oof.
as opposed to the 3 mangoes of. Who was it? It wasn't X-Nova.
I
Your
can't
boy.
remember.
Was it FY? FY on the
Yes,
Bane?
it was FY.
Yeah, he had the 3 mangoes, you know?
Or is X Nova? It's one of those
Was it? It
two.
was one
I
of the two.
guarantee it.
Yeah.
Bottom lane, a little bit of trouble, just kidding. I like the rocket level 1 from
Fine.
Ame. You can start stick when you're
He's
playing.
getting
Holy
stacks
crap.
up. They're going on him. That's 3 stacks. I think he's dead. He's going to get the 4th
I
stack
don't
up for
think
free.
he's
This Gyro might have a response.
No, he has rocket. He has nothing, and there's creeps on him.
That's
Do they have
They're
this?
not going to catch up to him, no.
Oof. If only they got the level 2, but they're going to win a deny on the archer. That's
Okay.
big.
That 271 base move speed. The only time it will ever pay off is versus a clock and a bat. Well, I guess clock's pretty quick.
Thing is, up top, I'm pretty sure that Lone Druid's going to win this matchup.
Yep.
Especially when you consider Chalice skilled his passive first. I am certain that is not the play. I do believe you want to skill your Drunken Haze ASAP and then just try and last it effectively as Lone Druid is relegated to
I
missing
mean, maybe
half his
maybe
hits.
he was sitting there thinking he can't drunken
Oh,
haze
mid
the bear
lane,
and the hero.
Armel's got a Fairy Fire, but will it be enough?
Oh, it
The
will.
Q ticking? Yes, it will.
It will.
Also has a salve. He'll be just fine.
Thanks for pointing that out, BSJ.
You're welcome.
X Nova, really aggressively positioned. You know, looking all menacing, staring at Armel. You know, got to be as threatening as possible. It's all mind game.
In the meantime, I have 1 mango already used by Cuckoo. He's just continuing to spam and feeble. 4 and 0 on maybe. 9 last hits already for Armel, so definitely doing his part is Cuckoo in this mid lane.
And oddly enough, Chalice is keeping up pretty much even with
Mhm.
this Lone Druid right now.
It's level 5, I
hanging
think,
out.
that it's really going to turn. But this is what you want, is a 1v1 for your Lone Druid.
Yeah.
It's so important, and he'll also be able to get those 5-minute bounties very easily, unless Brew wants to sack some wave.
Let's see, mid. Nothing's
Bottom
going
lane,
on.
though,
Bot lane.
diving hard. Not in a lot
FY
of trouble.
is in
8 stacks, that
trouble.
Firefly's not hitting him.
And
The Firefly's
Tim's-
not hitting him. Oh my gosh, that's unbelievable.
Tim's is salving up.
He's
He's
got
coming right
9
back
stick
in. He's
charges
coming
on
in
him.
to kill FY.
No, he can't. He can't.
Oh.
That had to be like, what, 20 units inside those cogs?
There was-
Otherwise,
there
that's a
was nothing.
guaranteed first blood.
Mid lane, Armel is just eating these poison attacks right in the face. He's getting harassed slowly but surely. Predator has a. I just keep saying Predator, man. Cuckoo has a DD up.
He is a predator, though.
He
Let's
is.
wake up,
So-
Josh.
That's true. Wake up.
Yeah.
Smack me.
Oh, the sleep coming on mid. Sleep coming on mid. This should be a kill if he lands the 3 nukes. Nice job.
Oh,
He's just
Somnus
manning up
knows
on it,
that.
but he's in
That's
trouble.
a GD Bane. That's a
He's
dead.
anyway.
He's dead.
But Clockwork went down first bottom.
Oh.
So it was not a first blood in
Unfortunate.
favor of TNC. But this is exactly what Viper cannot afford to have happen.
This is like the worst scenario for a Viper. You are a lane dominator, and you're forced to dual lane. Like, SF is one of those heroes. He doesn't care so much about levels. He needs gold. Like, you just farm. As soon as you're level 5, level 7, like, your farming efficiency peaks out. Viper is just a creep at a certain point if he doesn't have the ability to actually threaten with his body and stay alive.
I never realized you and Viper had so much in common, Kyle. But moving on to the Lone
what?
Druid almost
You
being...
said he's a creep.
Oh, God.
Anyway, continue.
It's even worse when you have to explain it. Lone Druid, once he hits level 5, as we said, is going to get pretty much disastrous for the Brewmaster. Any hero in the game pretty much can't lane against the Lone Druid once he hits level 5. That Entangle's just too strong, free harass damage. And he's going for that early Helm Dom, so we're going to see him being active, while that will create space for the SF to pretty much flash farm, as you said, once he gets to level 5, level 7.
We had Cuckoo up there, camp at top rune. Didn't get all too lucky. Arcane sitting bottom. It looks like your boy Tim's is coming over to collect that. Not sure if he can do anything with it.
I'm sure you should give that to the Bane.
He's just running right back bottom. Yeah, more
More
enfeebles.
enfeebles,
more
man.
enfeebles.
Like, that's efficiency that's
Value
going
play.
missing now.
But instead, he's going over. He sees this gyro. He's like, I want that XP.
He's actually diving top. Chalice almost goes down solo. He had to salve up.
Yeah, it's
After that
level 5 Lone Druid.
Yep.
It's just so threatening. And I love this HOD build. We talked about this a lot on Lone Druid, but part of the reason I think this hero is super viable is solely because this item is nuts. It gets your battle cry, and all of a sudden you have more attack speed on a hero that literally has only the purpose of right-clicking. You have 2 heroes, actually.
Two heroes.
2 heroes, not just
value.
one.
I
think
always
they're
thought
brothers?
it was more metaphorically myself, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, I think.
1917 on RML mid. Maybe trying to pressure.
I'm not going to go in on that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
if
man.
you're gonna lob up some softballs, like I think it's more
That's what I'm saying.
Let them,
I was
lie.
going to let it go, yeah.
Mhm.
I wasn't
Yeah.
about to smack that
He
one
feels
out of the
bad
park.
because he's been firing off too many shots. But I'm gonna let
Let's
BSJ
see.
stay guilty. Oh, will they get the sleep on mid? He's got a mango for it, but I don't think you land a kill.
Yeah, you could just wake him up on the Jakiro.
Oh, bottom lane. Ame goes down to Tim's. We haven't even been watching this. Thanks, Observer. In the
Tim?
meantime, bottom lane.
Tim's is down too.
Thank goodness Blaze is on point. We're getting too distracted too easily. Mid lane though,
That's true.
still threatening. They're spamming in feeble. Shrine active for both sides.
Cuckoo is in a little bit of trouble, but I don't think they're going to
The
die.
denies
for
are
this.
really racking up in the mid lane. Obviously, 12 of those are cogs, but this
Yeah.
Viper is quite underleveled.
Yeah, and there's 4 on the Bane as well. There's 6 on Jakiro, however, so it's only slightly in favor of TNC, but I think you're happy with this because, once again, you're giving your key hero a favorable 1v1 matchup. Raven is already 1,000 gold ahead of the Brewmaster in the top lane.
That's a sleep onto Viper. We got Clock coming in. This is going to be a kill. There's a Naga in the background. He's rooting up this
Cuckoo.
SF. SF's in trouble.
Oh, he
Armel
misses
is
the-
dead.
missed
Cuckoo's
the
in
nuke.
trouble too. Tim's is going down. They're not going to dive this tower. They're going to get the secure kill on Tim's. And what do? They've got 4 heroes here now.
Yeah,
Are they going
I-
to pressure or just disappear? It looks like Naga's just running right back bottom along with this Jakiro.
I think you make that move when SF's level 5. A bit of a force, Brew with a nice TP in just to ensure there's no follow-up. And unfortunately, Armel canceled that long nuke 3 times. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if it would have landed a kill, but he was stuck in the net and just panicking about, okay, how do I get this angle or not?
All of a sudden, Somnus is feeling good again.
Yeah. But Ame is mid as a level 5 gyro with 0 points and flak. And I don't mind this move by LGD because
Yeah.
look at where the lane bottom is.
Brew is in trouble top. He just got double rooted. He got his ulti
And feared?
and he got feared. He's dead.
Oh,
Oh!
20 HP.
He's turning immediately back onto Raven. I don't think he has the damage to
He
kill
already
him here. Is it
purged.
just
Why'd he
for
purge?
harass?
Rabbit hasn't been used yet.
Yeah, he's just blowing his spells and getting out of there. He's running the Earth Bear.
Mid lane,
all the way
dive
back.
onto Clockwork, but I honestly don't know if you care about this. Look
That
at where
is-
Ame is. Do you really want Ame to be in this position at this stage of the game?
And I don't think they're going to lose this tower
No,
either.
definitely not.
And Batrider, meanwhile, is just free farming bottom. And we
Ame
talked about
coming
the
in.
importance of showing
Rocket
him
up
lanes.
soon. Look at this dive from LGD.
Ame's got nothing else to do. He can't independently lane bottom. Jakiro's forced to help mid. Brewmaster's a liability in the top lane, so TNC's just going to pressure 2 side lanes while they're... I guess they might actually lose this mid lane to that Jakiro Liquid Fire.
There's the cliff. I don't think so, man. They have Enfeeble. It's just too long. Gyrocopter can't continuously run in a circle. They have to find kills to make that viable, and the tower's still half health.
However, this top tier one is
Yeah.
taking a beating from this Lone Druid right now.
And there's
He's just been right-clicking away.
There is no split for a bit as well. So he's going to go find another creep
Bottom
on
lane,
respawn.
Ned on the Batrider.
It's just
And he is going to die to this rotation from the Viper, but that's also a rotation from a level 5 Viper at 8
These
minutes.
kills
That's-
don't matter.
It's necessary, but that's kind of the situation they're in. That's
Ame
not a situation
just
you ever
hit
want to be in.
6. Sorry.
Excuse you.
Top lane, I want to see him take over a creep. You're going to have Lone Druid just beating on your top tower in a moment. No split for 50 seconds, and Raven is very, very
He
far.
has his HOD up already.
Yep, boots
He's
on himself as well.
Feeling good.
And mid lane, I'm just scared. I don't know if maybe he's going to really be able to have a presence in this game because, yeah, sure, the SF was kind of slowed down as well, but he can always just go to the jungle as he is and nuke. And Bane is level 5. Obviously Jakiro is too, but Bane's level 6 is far more impactful than Jakiro's.
And there's another Enfeeble on Viper. He is now hitting for negative 15 damage. That's
He has
Effectively
3 points
healing
in
the
Enfeeble.
creeps.
He skipped his
That's
brain
pretty
sap.
good.
That's amazing. Why is yeah, you can't kill Jakiro. Jakiro, sick raindrops. I like that he skipped boots because you're like 900 HP hero. You just stay alive at all times. SF gonna go farm woods. In the meantime, up top, you've got a smoke rotation. Ame with his ultimate ready.
TP out of middle. Is he making a play with that? He just went all the way back to base. Interesting. He's getting a smoke. He's probably gonna run into this jungle.
He's got 2 wards. You got to get them up ASAP.
He's gonna really want to dive top.
Yeah, they do.
And looks like they're going to, but he
We
can just
do have
TP.
6 on the gyro. He could just drop it up
yeah.
in the trees, but I don't think that's gonna do anything for them.
Yeah, he just TP's bottom. He's gonna take this tower much faster than LGD does.
I'd like to see him try and nuke this off with the Satyr a little bit. Mid lane though, TP comes in from Clockwork. He's only level 4 though. This tower is so low, it might get denied.
There's a deny.
No gold. Now
Now
Viper's gonna die too. He gets slept.
they have
That sleep takes away 1 tick of damage. Will it be enough? Long nuke comes in.
Oh,
He's still
surviving.
alive. Tim's gonna go down.
There's a split out.
Net onto the
I think they're
SF,
gonna
who
catch.
TP's
They have
out
a lift for
immediately. He's
SF.
gonna
Lift for us. Oh, he songs. All right. I think
gonna
they
be
just
2 more
lift the
kills, I
SF,
think.
kill the Bane. Lift the Bane, kill the SF. One of the two.
Or they
There
just
it
don't
is.
lift
Or
any.
they
Oh, they
just-
lift the Bane. Okay.
Yep.
And
SF
they have
is now
Net when
dead.
he comes down, so they also
Bane.
have earn charges in order to ensure the kill. This Bane has no way to defend
Sam
himself.
H though.
He
Arcane
does.
Rune.
That's a no
Onto the
old
brew.
Brewmaster. They really have no counterplay to this.
Yeah,
Net
that's
already
it there.
used, and that's a value lasso because he also has the Arcane Rune going. He should get level 7 from any creeps
got
dying
it.
nearby. Nope, then never mind. He doesn't need it. He's
They
gonna
get the kill on
his
Jakiro
Brewmaster.
too.
That
Wow.
was a little questionable by LGD. I feel like when that brew split, he was hesitant. He canceled it once, and then he ended up using it anyway, and it was a
Bottom
little
lane.
too late.
FY might be in trouble here. Picked up the bounty rune. Gets
Oh,
hooked by
nice
the
hook,
clockwork.
nice hook.
That's from downtown. 3-pointer.
Done.
And Raven already 2K towards his relic. He was taking a tower the entire time that fight was going on mid. Exactly what a lone druid wants to be doing. Not that I would know. Never played the hero.
Ame did the same. He does take that top tower, but no points in flak. Level 7 Gyro. Like I feel like this disparity is, Gyro we talked about. He is not a gold dependent carry as much as he is XP. As soon as you have max flak, you can eat lanes and jungle at the same time. But if you're running around at level 7, like you're just not the same hero. And Tim's like, if he gets this Radiance up at a good timing, I mean, it's just going to be a tough game. Like the bat will always be able to find kills. There's no real save. And look at him. He's going to dive bot. He's got lasso.
That Arcane Rune value. Clogs to fend off the help coming in from LGD. He's actually on top of the cliff. Gets netted. He's out.
Up here. He's
Oh, he had,
dead.
he had stick.
That's
Had he
5
maybe-
heroes there,
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
on the side of LGD. And even though that's lasso expended, like that just still doesn't feel good. It feels like LGD is being forced to react to everything that TNC is doing. And if they just buy time for this Radiance, most notably what you said also is they have no sustain on the side of LGD. They don't have a hero that buys mech, pipe, anything like that. So by the time this Radiance comes out, it's going to be super impactful.
Yep. And in the meantime, you have naturally tanky cores in the Lone Druid SF that are just going to continuously deal damage throughout a fight. There's so much damage reduction, the Enfeeble, the SF ult, the Radiance burn mischance. Like,
Tim's in trouble.
it's all about this Gyro making plays as he is now,
Very
and that's
good,
the guy
Tim's.
you have to
I'm sure
continue to
that-
play around.
That doesn't matter. You still have this gyro running around with your brew. 2 cores holding hands, running through TNC's jungle to
and
try to
look-
get a pick
look
on a
mid.
support.
Dane's
Look
actually
mid.
setting up on
He's
Somnus
about to
here.
hit 6.
1 creep dying. Okay, maybe a second creep because he split the XP.
Is this the one?
Surprise
There it
Raven's not
is. He's
pushing
got
bottom
his
right
6. And I think he's waiting for.
That's all of
maybe to
LGD
come off
here.
this hill.
now. They're not gonna fight this. They have lanes pushed in bottom and top. Surprisingly not pushing the tower with either of their 2 cores. Maybe they're fearful of the setup coming out from LGD, like from the supports who are
Yeah,
missing.
but I think that the rest of the team's playing quite well. Cuckoo, Sam H, like they're just continuously, just as 3 heroes, denying LGD the push. And you don't want to contest them in these fights, right? You have a Song, Earn, Naga, like a very powerful gyrocopter at this stage.
A
plus
lone
the Brew
druid
split.
who has
Yeah.
like half his net worth isn't even on the hero
Yeah,
yet.
exactly. But if you can just stall, delay the game, don't force the fight, but don't give away the objective for free, you're fine with this. Drum's about to be finished on Cuckoo. It's
Almost
on the way.
blink on the
Only-
Bat Rider as
Yep.
well.
800 off
They're
of
gonna
Relic
smoke,
on this
I think.
Lone Druid.
They might find a free FY, although he does have Song ready. Mid is a bit exposed. X-Nova and Brewmaster.
They are pinging out Lone Druid. I think they have a read on him. It looks like maybe in FY are closing in.
Maybe he's gonna find him here.
There it is.
This is bad for LGD, though. The rest of his team is on the way. Go ult
does.
for him, Raven.
He does have roar. That was a nice roar. Oh,
Gosh,
he's
his
dead.
team is not able to close in time. Cuckoo ran to the, or sorry, SF ran to the mid lane. Now the Song comes out. You're gonna find both supports for free.
That was a questionable rotation.
He has hook away if he can get the angle.
find it.
Very.
Just
nice.
kidding.
Bat
Ozakani
Rider
had
gives
a big
him
stick
hook.
as
Once
well.
again, analysis coming out from Kyle. Mid lane is taking damage. Viper forced to TP in. Will they actually get an objective off that? Not sure, because they already utilized. I guess they didn't utilize his split yet, and Tim's is going to get caught. Lone Druid's still dead. Lone Druid does have a bear when he's alive, but as we said, his Radiance has not come out yet, and that's just a lot of lingering net worth.
Yep.
And the Gyro suddenly caught up to the Lone Druid.
Yep. I mean, it's insane too, because all he's been doing is like running around finding kills, but they keep giving them to him. Like that's.
Armel is TPing back to this tier 2. It looks
Why?
like TNC is trying to fight. Lone Druid is here as well. They drop.
Link onto the roof. He's got to die. If he splits, it's going to be big problems. He's gripped at the moment. He's going to go down.
20 charge bat. No.
Armel's super low, standing in fire. He's going to pop his ultimate. Will it be enough? Sleep comes out. Ame's going to tank the ultimate in the face. Here's Tim's. He has no ultimate for 30 seconds, but he gets the cogs off. In the meantime, Bane barely is surviving. Raven's here, right-clicking melee form. Armel, you're going to die now. Somebody deny him.
Is that deniable?
Wait.
Yeah. It is.
Wait,
Earn,
he's alive?
earn.
He's alive? Never mind.
Wow.
That's why they don't
Oh,
deny
wow.
him, guys. Great job by
Well
TNC.
done.
I
Well
would have
played.
been
well
right-clicking
played.
him like crazy.
Patience is a virtue.
Is that
boys.
that Helmdom aura that saved him there? It had to be.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I would have just spam A clicked him.
I would have probably got BSJ killed in that scenario. He would have blamed me somehow.
It would have never been my fault, so if it's you, it makes sense.
Yep. And I like that defense from TNC. I cannot believe that it worked. I think Chalice made a huge miscue there. He had Blink. He just had to go to the side shop, purchase it, and then not walk in and just immediately die to a Bane in the trees.
Yeah, that's just one. Bruce a feast or famine type hero. If he gets his ult off, you usually win the fight. If he doesn't, he's just a useless, Kyle type player on the side of the Radiant.
True,
And I'm now forcing my jokes, and it's getting early, and I'm.
Those
It's all right. You've tried your best, BSJ.
those
tried, man.
pesky Banes.
Yeah,
and those
those-
pesky trees.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Always there when you least expect
Yeah,
it.
no, I mean, that was really well played by the Bane, though. He had a really good angle that was almost impossible to disrupt on the side of LGD.
They're going to smoke under this ward, though, if he pops it here. They have 2 smokes. I'm sure Cuckoo's looking to make a play. You want this mid-tower if you're TNC, and there it is. 4-man smoke. LG is going to sniff this out, though. They have no song for 10 seconds. They're going to smoke as well, but I
TNC's
believe the
getting the
Dire ward
wraparound.
saw that smoke.
TNC's getting the wraparound. They know what's going
Yeah.
on.
You got to kill the Gyro. If you kill the Gyro or the Brew pre-ultimate, the team fight of LGD crumbles. But at the
Tims
same time, look
with
at where
the
their Lone Druid
cojones.
is.
Oh,
This
there's
is not
Ame.
the play.
He sees him. He got
Don't do
vision.
it.
You do not die.
Please don't do it.
Hold.
Because one of us goes in,
And we all go do it,
through
and they're all going to die, Josh. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, the Naga sleep
Oh.
counter initiation, though.
Looks like
They have
Drizzy
to
does
get
not
out.
have the money.
Abandoned ship. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Armel immediately ultis gets. Oh, it doesn't cancel with the net.
Tims is
apparently.
going to kill this Jakiro solo, I think.
Yep.
No, he got out.
Gyrocopter's actually dead too. What? Ame goes down. In the
going
meantime,
on?
here comes Lone Druid. Armel may survive. No, he's going to go down.
Armel's
Bat right on the way out.
Tims
in the
is
meantime,
dead as well.
Naga's being chased by the Lone Druid on the right down side of the fight. In the meantime, Samna's going to pick up the clockwork, but I do believe FY will pay for it with his life as well. No points in the illusion. If he catches a root, he's going to die. Chalice going to pick off the Bat Rider as well.
They
With a
got
nice
him.
blink.
SSKB, FY.
He has to go pick up a
juking and
TP from the
jiving.
side shop. He
You
doesn't
saw
have
him.
He
one.
doesn't need to. They're fighting now. Here
What's
comes
going on?
Viper. There's the huge root, though. No illusions to dispel that. The fear comes out as well, but now he can't use it on the Radiant side. That's just taking him down. The relic was purchased, but not enough gold.
Still
For the
250
Radiance.
gold.
Why are you
stolen
doing that?
out of his pocket, right there.
Just wait for Radiance.
And again, though, look at this pesky Bane in these pesky trees down here,
oh no.
lurking. he's doing
This is
God's
like-
work right now.
Yep,
You
this
know?
is like playing PUBG with the 6-year-old.
This is
He's gonna get a shotgun and wait in that bathroom.
He's
gonna sit there.
eventually somebody's going to walk in. That circle's going to enclose.
You know
on
that
him.
shack that you never think to check? You know, the pros jump past the windows, but nope, I just walk in, and there's that 6-year-old with the shotgun every time.
All right, and the Spirit Vessel as well from FY. That does so much damage to a hero like Lone Druid because it's based on the current HP, and it's the raw damage output is crazy. And I love when I see it picked up in a game like this where it is super value. You see, oh no, the Hurricane Pike from Armel. I really need to see him get a BKB. You need a BKB, and if they time that with the Radiance, you take a fight, you get Roche, and all of a sudden you can run away with the game. But mid lane, he's gonna get jumped on by
he is
Brew.
jumped on. Tims is
Net.
here. He has nice cogs.
Last on the
There's the
Viper.
bat in.
That's a dead Viper,
Viper's
but that's
down.
a trade I think that
Chalice is
LG is
going
happy
down as
with.
well.
But they get full duration gripped. Oh, no, but he cancels with the net creep. Helmdom still dies anyway. Gyro coming in for the fight late. Spirit Vessel up on the
Sam
Sam
H
H. He's going to go
down.
down. Tims has cogs, may be able to disengage here. Ice Path lands. Ame actually forced to walk all the way around, is chasing after Cuckoo, but he gives up. Tims is able to TP out, and that's all she wrote.
And that's a 2-for-2 trade.
I
both
think
cores.
you take that.
Yeah,
And
that
if
was-
you,
On the on whose side do we take that?
I think both sides will take
Okay,
that. I mean,
okay.
you can't really do much else. It's in the past. You can't change that. You should know that by now, Brian. Look
You
at
do
you
have,
now.
he does have a point. That
But
is
you
fact.
are the king of hindsight 2020.
That is true.
And that's important to have.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think we're buying space for that Radiance. It's super
Texas.
important here.
We do have yet another game where we've got the 2 cores of LGD sitting top of the net worth. I mean, sorry, TNC sitting top of the net worth, and then LGD following in the next 3, which is, I believe, the opposite of what was happening last game, right?
No, it's the same.
That was the exact same? Okay, well,
that
I
was the
mean,
point you were
so this
trying
means,
to make as
So
well.
this means, I doubted myself last second. So this means that TNC is coming in hot, all right? They're
I mean, this is their comfort zone. This is
growing
who they like
those,
to play
growing
around.
those cojones, you know, getting them back. No bias, of course, but this is just my feel, you know?
Hey, I mean, I called them to win, so I have to root for TNC.
That's
Not
true.
to take anything away from LGD here, but I think TNC's about to hit a major timing, and if they just don't get picked off on Raven, they're trying to make something happen on the side of LGD
Radiance
before this.
is online at 150
Oh,
gold.
he has it at base, but the courier is outside right now. He might even try to TP the bear home if he can, but that's going to be a dead bane in the meantime. I don't think they mind that too much on the side of TNC, but I think Armel not having that BKB, as you said,
Yeah.
may be a serious issue because they're going to hit their timing with this Radiance, but he can't really fight yet.
Yeah, I think the Dragonlance is honestly overkill. I just drums BKB. That's
he'd
all
have
you
it
need.
right now.
He's
He'd have
not-
it
yeah,
right
he's
now.
not the real carry. His job is to be this mid-game SF that stays an item ahead because he's buying that BKB first into the next item, and then you use that to buy your cores more time, aka the Lone Druid, and then you're getting the next item, you're buying him an Aegis just by spending this gold a little less selfishly. And instead, you're going to have Chalice closing in on his BKB. A BKB brew is devastating in this game because you no longer are able to reliably kill him before he pops that ultimate in. LGD Ame, he's got his as well. Looks like he's going to be going straight for an MKB. I love that decision. In the meantime, Cuckoo, he's going to go down. He places a ward on the high ground, but he is dead already. In the meantime,
Bat Rider
that-
did TP in.
yep,
He
there
has
is a
lasso
Radiance up.
and
Bane
Blink.
buys back, but you got to take this fight.
He has
Get
no
that
TP
Radiance
on
in there.
Bane, though.
That was a ballsy buyback.
Yeah, he has no TP to follow it up, but he knows if
Let's
a
see
fight
what's
does
happening.
break out, if he doesn't buy back now, he's going to be there too late. And they want to defend this tower with that Radiance, but I don't know, man. If they don't get the jump on this Brewmaster, I don't see how they win it.
Top tower
Because the SF not having a BKB makes it so they're really awkward who goes in first on the side of TNC. They do get the 200 gold from the... Nice.
Yeah, if you're Bat Rider, you're looking to find some sort of initiation here. I think you're acceptable. You can kill the Naga or the Brew. You can't really go for Gyro because he's got a BKB.
Yeah, this is
And-
good timing for both teams, actually. I didn't
Yeah.
realize Alme already had his BKB complete. And Somnus is actually skipping his BKB for now, going for the Maelstrom Viper, something we've seen become quite common.
Yep, I like it.
FY and Chalice are just cutting through the trees here, planting themselves in
They get
prime
a song.
positioning.
Oh my goodness, if they get
There
a
it
song to a
is.
Brew split. He would have the Bat Rider if they pop
that's
it now.
3 directly on top of each other.
Yeah. If you go, what they do is they wait for this next wave, and the cores then push up. You're going to have a Ice Path Max by Jakiro right now, and you can hear the ominous music play as LGD tighten the noose and set up for what could be a devastating
I
combo.
want to say that Cuckoo died before that fight and was forced to buy back because he dewarded, so they don't actually have the vision from LGD that they wanted for this fight. He would have been able to sing, and
no.
Chalice goes in.
that's a blind blink,
He just
actually.
goes in, splits immediately. There's the Ice Path, and Cuckoo is dead.
He actually holds on to the split. And that's
Bear
just gonna be a
going
dead bear.
down. He does have another one. He's going to resummon right in base there.
In the meantime, Armel continuing to farm. And he is going to go back for the BKB. He recognizes his mistake, and he's going to get that item ASAP. And I swear, if they have a BKB there, they're comfortable taking that fight. But because he does not have one, they realize, like, we just can't do it. And it's going to get to a point with
He
this.
has it.
Yep. This mid tower, though, about to get denied, unfortunately. No gold for the side of TNC.
middle tower has been denied.
But he is about to have the BKB on Brew. That's going to make LGD's fight so much easier, as you
Lone
already
Druid.
mentioned. And this is crazy because both teams are hitting their timings really hard, and we're expecting a clash. Both
Yep.
teams are content with the clash too, because if you're investing in these items to take these fights, now there's no better time than now. And except you don't quite have the Brew Blink or BKB yet, so I hope they have the discipline to back off. They know that if they were to take the fight now, that's about the worst possible time you could take it.
And there's no reason to, because the moment SF picks up that BKB, you sort of have a window now where you're able to just fight through the split, potentially even kill him before it due to the lack of BKB. But now Brew can commit to a fight, provide a little more vision, hold on to the split for an extra 6-7 seconds, and it's just going to be far more impactful when he is able then to extend the fight. And I love Somnus. He picks up, I'd say, the perfect items for this game. He was behind. He made sure to buy arguably the most impactful item that existed beasts in the game of Dota 2, the Helm of the Dominator, the only one that can really do so, into a Maelstrom. So he's going to continue to accelerate if this game continues into the late game, which we can all expect just based on the way Dota's played and the way these two teams have demonstrated.
TNC is baiting this mid creep wave. Both teams smoked up, about to make a clash, possibly in the mid lane, but they're both holding the high ground. So whoever decides to
DD
walk
top.
the high ground, I think this is going to backfire.
You just walk into Roche if you're LGD.
They did break on the gyro. But
Do they have the damage to kill this in time before
They have a
TNC
wolf.
responds?
Yeah, DD.
They have Naga Song. Here comes the rocket, though. Decision time.
TNC is dancing around the Ancients. They haven't quite made up their mind.
No TP on Lone Druid.
Roche is going to be dead.
Insurance policy on this one. They're actually going to
Get caught by the song. Could be bad. FY still smoked in good position.
Yeah, they're just letting it go. They know they can't take the risk of fighting into the sleep. If they fight into the sleep, then the Aegis with the gyro ulti follow-up and BKB DD. That is just too much to deal with. That was a good move by LGD. I really like that smoke. Noticing like both teams taking the high ground. Obviously, they don't know exactly where TNC is, but by process of elimination, they know they're somewhere on the bottom half of the map. And they might find a fight here anyways.
I'd love to see a statistic. Don't know how to track it, but the difference, the mid-game smoke timings, how many smokes after 20 minutes do top teams play towards top side of the map versus bottom side? Because whenever you smoke away from Roche, you're naturally limiting the options available to you with your smoke. And LGD, the moment they sniff that out, they just happen to be in the right area of the map. There's a DD, boom, it's Roche.
Yeah, that was not planned. No way. Like, they just realized an opportunistic play, and that's a really good adaptation on the fly. Something I myself have been trying to work on.
So now if you're TNC looking at this Aegis on this Viper, this guy that's suddenly back in the game, do we sit back, wait, farm, hope we don't take some massive engagement with this Aegis, or do we try to get a pick and see what we can make
I think
of
you're
it?
always looking for opportunities, but I don't think LGD has any intentions of splitting up, except for maybe on the Naga, which is really nice because it's a Naga that's super farmed, and her illusions are able to clear the wave safely. And if they happen to pick her off, like, it's obviously not good, but it's not something that all it will do is basically delay LGD until she comes back to life. And they're actually regrouping, and Ame's just super scary at this point. Actually going for a Maelstrom of his own.
I was about to comment. That's very interesting, right? I would assume that maybe he'd buy an Ags next for that, but it looks like he might just be itemizing straight for Mjolnir.
And this Viper is going Maelstrom, BKB, Mjolnir. Well, he already has the Maelstrom, but BKB into Mjolnir. Is that, I mean, why the double?
I think you definitely get a BKB this game just because of how much of TNC's damage is magical. Like, there's no real right-click threat just yet because it's like Lone Druid with just the Radiance, SF, Dragonlance, BKB. You aren't actually going to die if you can just stand strong BKB in the front lines. And you just keep walking down lanes. Vlad's going to be the next pickup on Brew, and they're just all-inning on these team fights, increasing their tank ability.
There's an enormous wave top for TNC. You have Raven just standing behind his bear, pushing it in.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Getting a bit of free damage on it.
I like he's scouting the shrine with his
FY is baiting with his Naga illusions. He's sitting his real hero on top of the normal illusions.
And that's a T2 for a T2, it looks like.
They're just going to force him back here. With the Aegis in hand, they're not too scared of getting lassoed into base, but they do have to be careful because Samus does not have the BKB, so if he gets lassoed out of position, he will possibly spell doom for him to die twice if it's inside the base of TNC. So I like that they back up right after they force them back. The bear forcing the reaction to the top lane, and that's going to be FY again, who already has a completed pipe, which is a huge deal against the Radiants.
Yeah, if you're TNC, right, so LGD, they want to take a fight in their timing window with the BKBs active, with a song into a combo. TNC, you want to find a pick, force the too aggressive usage of LGD's spells, specifically song and BKBs, and then win an extended fight where that Lone Druid Radiance damage can really get time to stack up multiple uses of like the triple raise from Armel, and you can have all this peel thanks to your Clockwork Cogs, thanks to your Bat, who now has a Force Staff, like just extend the fight. All of LGD's damage is based around this Viper Gyrocopter. You just keep cutting around. The bear's in trouble now.
It's a dead bear. He does have a resummon.
Did scan out the smoke from TNC, by the way, so that was very well, like, yes, read him like a book. And they actually get the free 300 gold, and that cooldown is a pretty big deal. Yeah, I mean, that 2-minute cooldown, knowing he doesn't have that second bear, they can maybe just walk down mid with that. That second bear is a big deal. It's basically like having an Aegis on a hero like that.
Oh, Bane in trouble. Cuckoo.
Bane, that
the force stab, that was sick.
Well played by Sam H
there.
That was good. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm trying to not have you
this
say
room
exactly what I'm
echoes
trying to
enough,
say.
man.
Yeah,
I don't need you. Come on.
Only issue is that in this whole time, TNC just sitting both cores inside their base. It's the issue when they don't really have the ability to rat too hard because they have no hero that can actually survive if the Naga were to find them with a song of some sort. Because even BKB TP is ineffective against Naga, and he's constantly the one not showing. Or in situations like this, you sure it's the real one? Another smoke from TNC, but
They
I
need
believe
to make something happen,
wasn't
but-
this seen by that ward in the mid lane as well?
Possibly. I actually didn't get the chance to notice, but either way, it's like pretty
20 seconds on Aegis, so
obvious
it's a
that they're
good
trying to
timing.
do something.
But
maybe
they wanna
he
wait.
is sitting middle. They did get vision of him.
15
They're
seconds on
probably a little
Aegis.
scared.
He's onto them though. He's backing off
Yeah.
all the way back to his base. He knows that if they're going to do something,
They
it's
scan
now.
up the hill there, thinking that there's probably a team behind him. But
They have
it
the
looks
right
like they
idea,
just
though. They
missed
missed
their
it.
opportunity, though.
You're okay, though. It puts you in the right position on the map. You don't ever want to be stuck on your side against a draft like LGD's, because then you lose a fight and all of a sudden they're turning that directly into objectives. Now,
They're
at the
just
very
stealing
least,
a double
yeah,
stack ancients.
you
at
get a
least.
good ward up. You're continuing to just aggressively farm the enemy side of the map. I don't like that they have this double ward combo by their shrine. It prevented them from being able to place any aggressive wards on the enemy side of the map, with the exception of that one on the hill that's fading in 15 seconds.
Meanwhile, Jakiro's like solo taking a tier 2 in the top lane. And supports like this, they can really utilize the farm. He's going for a 4-stab, which is pretty important against the Clockwork.
Radiant's bottom
See, I
Pretty
just
much
want them to play more
eliminates
aggressive.
them as a
They're losing that ward, though, so they don't feel like they can. But if TNC can't take a tower like this, like, you got to capitalize on LGD being so scared to just run at you at this moment.
Just like to say that the 30-minute bounties were 120 or 130 gold per person. Again, literally like 2 hero kills just for picking up a bounty.
And they're forced to back off, scared of Chalice, who did end up going for the Vlads instead of like a Radiance build.
There's completed Mjolnir on the gyro.
That's so odd without the Ags.
Yeah.
It is very strange. I don't know why you would do that.
There's a lot of things to proc it, the Firefly, the Blade Mail, the Radiance, etc. But it just doesn't increase
But there's
the
already
survivability.
one on Viper. Or I mean, he's going it at least after this BKB. He's
Go figure, man.
quite a ways off. but-
I don't mind the Mjolnir. It's just I'm surprised that he didn't go Ags with it.
I mean, I think the procs no longer being able to be evaded is quite nice, right? Because
Yeah.
you get the.
I mean, the thing is, you get that from Maelstrom already, right? And it's
Yes.
170 damage for both of them now.
correct.
They both
The
got buffed.
Mjolnir is essentially only worth the gold because it's such an expensive recipe, 900. That if you're not banking on the proc, then it's not worth the gold. So I imagine that's got to be the reasoning. Because
But
There
again,
are,
isn't
like
any
you
other.
said, there is a lot of DOT to proc it.
Yes, there's a whole lot.
We'll see. 5K advantage for LGD. Vlad's up on the brew. Both teams playing very conservatively around the map, but LGD never really breaking from their group of 5. Yet to really lose a teamfight engagement, save for that little skirmish in the bottom lane, thanks to the Bat Blink reveal. And it's once again 2 cores of TNC. Just headlining. Will it be enough is the question. 2,000 gold on the bat. Curious to see what he buys next.
Armel with the butterfly queued up. He's trying to be that heavy right clicker.
You're going to have an AC soon on the Lone Druid as well. That might be a bit of a timing, especially if they can get another item on Shadow Fiend as well. Just so tense. Both teams
Yes.
aggressively posturing on high grounds, not looking to necessarily jump into a fight, but always ready to receive one.
I wasn't going to take that one. Run.
Yeah, I was thinking about it,
Yeah.
but I'm like, that's
You think Armel?
It's too
Armel,
easy.
he's feeling good, man. He's smacking this tier 2. He doesn't have all too much cover behind him, but I mean, he has vision of this entire enemy team up top here.
But LGD's going to force them back. They have the Wolf, they have the Helmdom Creep, they have the BKB on Chalice. They're just not afraid of anything right now. And, like, they are afraid of TNC's all here, but they're just going to back off, except for the fact that I like the Lone Druids having the discipline
He's there.
to stay bottom longer, because he knows that, like, if he comes back to base, it pretty much surrenders map control, but he's already TPing, just leaving his bear in order to push this lane, which, because the bear Radiance burns it, he will force somebody on the side of LGD to actually return.
He does finish the AC, however, which is nice for their next engagement. And it's all, as always, every single game of Dota I seem to observe comes down to, it's always the Roche, notably the second and the third. And that's where we can almost guarantee we'll see a clash. But the concern is they still don't really have anything to deal with the Naga of FY. And he will almost guarantee they win a fight in a choke point.
He actually has the Ags queued up as well, so if they can get the Ags ulti from the Naga like halfway through the fight when both teams have kind of used their initiation, burned some of their spells, that could just pretty much give a free Slark ultimate to the entire team of LGD. We talked about the sustained problems, and the pipe plus that is going to be pretty hard to chew through.
Yep, exactly. The pipe, the super run on the Naga, magic resist talent on the Brew. Jakiro, level 15, has that dual breath burn damage. Every Q he pumps out will be like 700 plus damage.
They're smoked up, ready to
SF
go.
level 20, his nukes hit 150 harder as well. He's in trouble as well.
Armel did not pop his BKB a turn there.
They can just
Now
sleep him
used
and
it.
focus
That's
him.
a big ulti. Kills both Brewlings really quick.
Yeah, Viper's BKB,
He is
but
in
he's
some
not taking
trouble.
any
Gets
damage.
netted.
Armel's in the bear isn't
Armel
hitting
is
anybody, and Armel's about to die. In the
in a
meantime, the
lot of
song
trouble.
comes out. Oh no, TNC in big trouble. The Pike in a second.
Oh!
He escapes. Armel lives. That's unbelievable. In the meantime, the Lone Druid's a little bit stuck. He has one more bear. He wants to pop it. The BKBs have faded, but Raven's going to go down. He did not resummon, so he will have one. Do not believe he has buyback available. He does not, but Armel has survived, which gives them a little bit of hope. There's no creep wave except for these 4 right here. The less, they'll be on the way in a sec, actually. So by the, whatever it's called, by the
I'm right there with
base
you, man.
regen thing, backdoor isn't going to be effective for a while. This is probably going to be a Rax into a Roche from LGD. Just caught TNC napping.
With their pants down.
And 5,000
Revealing
gold saved on
Their
Armel.
chili
You
boxers.
don't collect
Chili
interest
red
on
boxers.
Yeah, and they did not bring their suspenders today on the side of TNC.
They
That's
did
the
not.
most impactful comment I've made this
Armel,
entire time.
after that escape,
He actually has
still
no
going to
BKB,
walk
5
too
seconds.
far up and get caught out. He is going down.
He has
Armel.
buyback. Man, so much lingering net worth. Highest net worth hero on their team, and he has 5K in the bank. Deciding to opt
This
to
is
not buy an item.
second set of racks for the side of LGD. You just keep going.
Cuckoo gets to sleep. They buy back on the SF. TP's right into that ice path. Batrider goes in, but he gets brought down by the Mjolnir BKBs.
dealing insane amounts of damage.
Catches
Wow.
the root. Will he go down is the question. It doesn't look that
I
way.
don't think so.
Bear is so low. That's the
the only
last bear. Another Q. It's dead for sure.
And Raven can't do anything.
Maybe he's unkillable. In the meantime, FY gets a little caught. He's going to force himself away. Clock might tick down to that. No, he will not. FY's in a bit of trouble, but he
Space
doesn't
creation here. He's just buying as much
care. Oh,
time
he's going
as
to kill
he
the
can.
clock with that, maybe?
No.
Maybe?
He's got a
That's
stick.
why.
He's got a stick.
No way.
He's fine. He's fine, guys. Come
Okay.
on. A grip
There's
on
still a
Dragon.
fight
Wow,
going on.
Samus is actually getting brought
Samus
down.
is-
Armel
There's
already
the
bought
Pike.
back.
A lot of damage.
Those
coming out from
Mjolnirs
that.
are owning. I want to say that right now. Those
That is true.
That's just such an odd item purchase that
Little
seems to be
skeptical.
working out so well here.
There's the X-Nova kill as well. So, 2 sets of racks, just barely not killing this range barracks top lane.
You mentioned, Kyle, that they have virtually no right-click damage on the side of TNC, and since he hasn't bought out for that butterfly on the SF, these BKBs, they're invulnerable. He got lassoed at full duration Fiend's Grip on the Viper, and he just didn't die.
Yep, you can't. I don't think you can afford to itemize this way. And not only that, but Hurricane Pike is not an item for damage. Like, it helps him with survivability and a bit of peel, as you can see. A couple of Force Staffs, only reason he even gets close to surviving in that last team fight, but at the
That
same
dangle's
time,
only good if you can tangle.
Exactly. No one can tangle. The Lone Druid Bear gets kited super hard by Jakiro.
Looks like Chalice
Naga.
is just going in alone against 3 heroes. Cuckoo is going to go down. Tim's is most likely going to get caught as well. I don't know if they have any follow-up damage for this.
Yeah, I mean, this
Raven's
is
here
okay,
to
though.
back him
I
up.
think you can chase this if you want. I mean, the Storm
I'm-
Panda is going to find somebody,
He's
toss
sending
him
him
up
in.
in
He's
the
going
air.
to lift up.
He still has no bear, right? I believe no bear.
Oh, he found Armel.
seconds.
He got the lift. I don't think the
They're not looking
LGD's
for
not going to do
anything.
anything
He's
with
just
this.
being
It's just the
obnoxious.
scare factor, Fear factor
He did
right
get
here.
him, though.
Scare tactics.
Yeah.
Roche
This
is the play.
He does have a bear in 3 seconds, but still only one bear. And we saw how quickly it dies to the Viper Strike plus a couple Qs. And those Mjolnir damage are no joke because that bear will never have magic immunity until level 25.
So we've seen it before. Can we see it again? What does TNC need to do?
Somehow
to bring
stop
this
this
game
Roche
back.
4
They
on 5.
need to tangle.
They have Butterfly. Lasso comes down to the Naga. That's the key kill, but it's a huge ice path. BKB comes out from the Shadow Fiend. Fear as well, but Naga's now running the opposite direction. That's a Gyrocopter with BKB active, blasting
And he has
Tim's,
to run.
flacking the entire draft. No, a
BKB
net onto the
is
Shadow
out.
Fiend. He's going to go down 100%. Did not get his ultimate off either. He has no buyback, dead for 100 seconds.
Response
Buyback
to my
onto
last
Tim's, but
question.
oh no, here comes the ice path. That's going to be a dead Lone Druid.
That.
And
And
that
if you're
might
TNC,
be...
that's all hope. I feel like that's gone. They're pinging the throne. There it is.
And they're
GG.
done.
It's the
Wow.
end of a series. Kind of a sad game 3 after the
Anticlimactic.
first 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the TNC just had a couple, they fought before their timings, and that pushed their timings back such that they had to wait for the SF BKB.
Yeah.
Once the Lone Druid got the Radiance, and that
Yep.
effectively delayed the Radiance impact for
Yeah.
another couple minutes, and by that point, they had 2 BKBs on the side of LGD,
Yep.
and that timing just isn't scary anymore.
And how many times did we look at? How many times did you hear me? Like, if I were going over this replay and I see 5 LGD heroes hitting my tower, and I die as a 5, and I look at my course, and they're in my jungle, what am I saying?
Get in the lanes. Push the lanes.
Yeah.
Get in the lanes. Push them.
Yeah,
those
I feel like
lanes.
they were being a little too
There's a
passive.
lot
They
of-
were scared of the setup, like from the Naga, I think. But even if you like force out a song at that point in the game, I don't feel like it's all that bad. It's just like,
Yeah.
I don't
I'd
know.
rather see Lone Druid die at the bottom tier 2 once
Yeah.
and alleviate pressure from
Hitting
his side of the
rabbit,
map.
That's what I mean,
smacking
yeah.
it for 5
Yeah.
seconds.
effectively drawing like 3 LGD heroes out. That allows
Yeah,
you to push out the other 2 lanes.
The top
maybe
tower
get-
didn't die. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like as soon as Lone Druid clears bottom, he forces them there. Like he can at any point rotate towards top. There was that moment where the LGD is like 5 heroes mid. I'm watching Lone Druid farm one half of the jungle. SF's on the other. It's like level 8.
I was surprised the one time when LGD was also mid, 5 heroes mid. It happened quite a few times.
Yeah, it
and
felt
we
like the
had
whole game
and we
happened that
had
way.
Lone Druid sitting bottom lane. And he had his bear clearing the creep waves, forcing the two
Yeah.
2 waves down, getting
Mm-hmm.
some pressure, forcing them to respond. But he TP'd out and went back with his team. But I didn't think they wanted to take that fight anyway. I
Yeah.
feel like he should have just ran at the T3. I don't know if that's too aggressive, but you have 5 heroes at your mid T3.
Yep.
You're not going to win that fight.
And-
What else do you do?
And not to like take anything away from LGD, I thought they played great. Specifically Ame, who
Yeah.
demonstrates
Yeah.
why he can play gyro, even a terrible gyro game.
Mm-hmm.
He effectively just ran around and
That level 5 rotation, like
Yeah.
you were saying, what the heck is he doing? But what else is he going to do? He
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
lane against the Bat Rider. He knows the supports can't afford to be there, and that's just some tier 1 tangling.
Indeed, and the best decision I think he made was the moment he recognizes Lone Druid's TP'd bottom, he sends his team away, and he just takes top with an Aquila and gets from level 7 to level 9. That's 2 points in flank they didn't have before,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, he's actually a threat on the map to continue accelerating, and suddenly he's caught up in net worth. Like, he never felt like he was as behind as he should have been, and man, if that Bat Firefly is just couple centimeters to the left
Yeah.
on that initial first
That
play.
was
There's a lot of little
7-stack
things
Naga.
that went against
Yeah.
him. And I just want to say that, like, a lot of these things we see in these, like, high-tier carry players, or any position for that matter, where you're just like, what the heck are they doing? If you look at the game, it's weird to us, and we're still trying to figure it out because they're just at a whole nother level, that they're adjusting to a game that's utter crap. We said that wasn't a very good gyro game, and I just think that that's incredible to watch, those kind of plays where... Like, otherwise he'd just be feeding bottom. And even though what he's doing, we're just like, why was there a level 5 gyro? Like, he can't just sit mid, but he can't be anywhere else. And that's, like you said, it just minimizes the it slows down the timings of TNC. Even though it slows down his own timings, his timings were going to be bad anyway. Why not drag them down with you? And I don't know. It's just impressive play.
I was kind of hating on the Mjolnir when it came out at first, but
And then you
they
see it in the fights where they
couple
BKB
fights,
Mjolnir and they just don't die.
The procs are going everywhere.
yeah.
These
Yeah.
fights are so chaotic. Meanwhile, they just have a Mjolnir buff on somebody, and it's just doing more damage than half the heroes on the side of TNC. And then they took this fight top T3 going high ground when they were pushing into their barracks, and Gyro just pops BKB, pops flak, auto attacks the melee barracks, and the entire enemy team as well as the creep wave is just dead. It just in seconds because he had hit so hard so quickly. It was ridiculous. And again, the timings on TNC just didn't line up. They were too weak at that point to fight, and it was just really aggressive. Who's this? What are you
He's
smiling
some
at?
very happy fans of LGD.
They are some
I'm
very
sure.
happy fans.
I believe we may or may not have an interview. I'm not sure. I believe it's quite late in China, but I mean LGD did win. I'm sure the home crowd would like to hear something from them. I'll let
That
you
would
know
be
when
fun.
I know. And just final points on that. I think that the itemization was critical for LGD. They had the Vlads, multiple BKBs. Like again, they're just getting BKB, right? I feel like if Armel, he's the top net worth in the game. If he doesn't get that Dragonlance, if he just trusts in his drums into BKB, all of a sudden you have a hero that can smoke, a hero that's unkillable, that you can trust to just be the
Dangler.
strongest hero in your fight. The Tangler, because he's going to be able to fight because he has a BKB, and nearly everything on the side of LGD
The
is
clock.
magical.
The clock is the dangler.
And we're going to go to an
Oh.
interview with X Nova.
There we go.
比赛老干爹是不是感觉今天状态还不错啊？是不是在宣告老干爹已经回来了？
So you've been winning TNC for 2-1. So is it calling that LGD is coming back?
就跟小组赛比的话，我们就自己做调整吧。我们选了比较多一些偏向团战英雄，所以就比较好打感觉。
So from group stage, we do some strategy change. We pick some heroes that's stronger than team fight. So I think we do better than group stage right now.
那我们这3场比赛打的时间也非常的长。第2场到第3场中间那短短的几分钟，你们是怎么样去调整的呢？
So all 3 games seems like very long, and for the second game, that's a really big comeback. How you adjust your motion to get ready for the third game?
就我们第2把就输是因为我们自己犯了很多错误吧。就我们应该很早就可以拿下那场比赛，但是就是自己打不好，所以第3场就 也没谈什么，就调整好自己的心态吧。
So we thought at the second game we really make a lot of mistakes. We could have get the game, but because of these wrong decisions, we lose the game. So it really doesn't matter with the power of the team. So at the third game, we just try our best to win the game.
那么现场也有很多支持老干爹的粉丝们，到现在还没有走。那有没有什么是想对你的粉丝或者对老干爹的粉丝们说的呢？
Anything to our fans?
不好意思打扰大家，打了第3场
我们老干爹是
就谢谢大家支持，就明天希望能给大家一个更好的比赛。
The crowd liked that one.
So thank you everyone. Thank you for watching so late. 我讲一句吧，老干爹是什么？
That wasn't English.
好的，那我们再次感谢 X Nova。希望我能听出你的意思，就是你希望明天打个2-0嘛，对不对？好，我替你说了。好，我们今天时间也非常晚了，那也希望大家有序的撤离我们的场馆。我们明天比赛再见，拜拜。
Thank you everyone.
Bye bye. That was I'm sad I didn't get. That was like some hype stuff. We had
Yeah.
crowd interaction and
What
there
was
was no
that?
translation. I want to know what he said.
It was so hype he forgot to translate it.
That's
He had
true.
to just repeat
He
it.
was in the moment, man. Hometown crowd, I guess.
I'm sure
you know?
somebody watching knows what was said. So
Give me the
anyway,
deets.
let's set up tomorrow. We're gonna have some incredible lower bracket action coming at you. You've got
Absolutely
on
incredible.
one side Mineski versus Newbie.
That's an
Followed
exciting
immediately by PSG.LGD versus Secret. I would say you've probably got 4 of the top 8 teams in those matchups. And you know what? If you look at the DPC points right now, you would be right. These are some highlights. Obviously, the third match of tomorrow is going to be the winners of those games. Rob's delusional right now.
Rob's really feeling
Our
himself.
producer's over there in a blanket. And after that, we'll have our winners bracket final between VGJ, Jeremy,
Dota.
Jack, Lynn, Storm,
Jeremy Jack.
the NA Dota Hope
With some imports.
with one import, a couple of imports, plus, versus whoever they're playing, Vici Gaming, and that's going to be hype. I can't
Vici
wait.
Gaming.
And
Their brother team.
do you guys have any last words? Because I would love to wrap this up.
Yeah, me
you know,
too.
do some great stuff, but I want to go to bed.
Well,
too.
tomorrow you're coming in hot with that first series of the day.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be some good
Please
stuff.
tell me
Yeah,
I'm not doing
excited
that
about
with
that. No, you're not. It's Dakota and Gods, I believe.
Thank God.
So you guys get to sleep.
Beautiful voice, Dakota. I'm not sleeping, man.
I'm
Sleep
glad
is
I
for
got
the
the
weak.
first series off
Sleep
today.
is for the weak.
I'll
I
take
hope
it
you guys
tomorrow.
all enjoyed watching this with us. We've
Yeah,
been up
hopefully-
forever, and we are a little bit delirious, but that's okay.
I hope
'cause
I
it's-
didn't ruin this cast for some randoms down there, but you
I'm
know.
sure the average couldn't have been brought
We'll see what's
any
going on.
lower.
Look, the thing is, what you don't have in like intelligence,
Everything?
and charisma,
Oh, wow,
and everything
okay,
else, you
everything,
make
okay.
up for
In
with your
Everything else.
sex appeal, which is
Okay.
really
Yeah.
what I felt like this cast
Okay.
was missing.
We all know we have
Consider
some
this
lonely
man
guys
on
on
my
the
I mean,
chat.
look at this though. Like,
Yeah,
come on, man. Like, we got. Come on.
That's like a
I'm the whole
But
pack.
you gotta
That's
hit
not
him with
quite-
the.
4 out of 7. Hey, look, guys, can we please go to bed?
Okay, please.
All right.
It's
Well,
been real.
stop. Just
Thank
stop.
you so much, Banana Slam Jamma,
Yes.
Chef Josh. I'm Kyle.
Thank you, Kyle.
I'm
for tuning
trying
in,
to keep
everybody.
myself sane. Y'all have a great night. Bye.
Bye bye.